Coach, we talked about this team's defense. How were you guys able to open the game up so much for you here tonight?
Well, our penalty kill was really good tonight, so that helps. I thought our game got better as the game went on. I thought our first was actually probably just okay. I thought we were a little light on battles. There was some, details in our game that needed to be cleaned up, and it got better as it went on.
Another thing you often talked about was John Klinger on the power play, about his shot.
Yeah, is everyone okay?
That's a good example.
Is everyone okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And one of the thing was, especially in the third period, because at that point it's still anybody's game, 2-goal game. What allowed those 2-3 quick goals to really put the game away like that?
Yeah, every time you can put the puck in the back of the net, it's obviously it's part of the game, and you got to score to win. So obviously Toph comes out of the box. It doesn't happen very often. So Smitty's early, or I think maybe Mac tips it. We're getting inside, playing on the inside of the ice more. I think has been probably the biggest thing going into the season that we've talked about is playing in the offensive zone with a different structure that we had last year. But on top of that, to play in the inside, and we've done a good job of that.
How about Graf there on the short end?
Yeah, and he's stuck with it. Delhi follows it up. It's a big goal. I thought Graf was a lot better tonight.
How about the first period when the game was still in the balance and Askarov's goaltending hot settling down, and also Cardwell's goal too?
Yeah, Askew was really good tonight. Made some really big saves. What I think you watch him, he just looks really calm and confident in the net, and that's even you just see it. You just see it on easy shots, hard, difficult shots on that penalty kills in the third period. Made some big saves tonight. Cards was good again. Gives us some good fresh legs. He obviously has pace to his game, which helps us. So I'm happy to get on the board.
I feel like I'm.
Obviously, you guys don't want to take 6 penalties.
No.
We've mentioned just the changes. Are you starting to see those changes, and how much have you seen the PK switch momentum and give it back to you guys after taking it?
Yeah, I think it's important, right? And I think I think it's 4-1. And they get a power play, and that's the one we need to kill. And we did a good job of that all night. We make even 5-1. We kill the next one. Listen, it's not going to be, no penalty. There's going to be penalties. We're going to make sure we clean it up. But what I just like, we just got to the next one. And we had a mindset of we're going to kill it off.
You watch Macklin Celebrini play every day. Are you still amazed at the things he can do on the ice?
For this young of an age, probably. He's obviously special. We've talked about it since the day he got here. What he does, the way he competes. Yes, he gets on the score sheet, but it's the other things to me that are so impressive. The way he competes on faceoffs, the way he competes defensively, the way he tracks, the way he's a 200-foot center is absolutely remarkable. He's a great human being. He's a leader. We're so lucky and fortunate to have him.
John Klingberg called him the engine of the team, but how much does that engine rub off on other young guys like a Cardwell or Will Smith, or even a guy like Michael Misa who's watching from afar? How much can that rub off on those guys?
Yeah, he drags guys into the fight. That's what great teams have, those guys. So we're not there yet, but we're getting there, and he's a big part of it.
Klingberg also mentioned that he's an engine in the locker room too. So how does he do that as a 19-year-old?
Yeah, I mean, I think he's a natural leader. I think when he can speak up. He's played a lot of hockey in a short period of time, but he knows what it looks like and what it should look like. And he's a winner. He wants to win. He's competitive. He wants his guys to get going, and he's got no fear in him. And I think guys see that.
Ty Dellandrea also seems to be playing with a renewed confidence this season. Can you just talk about Ty's season?
Yeah, he's been since training camp. He's really came in and been on a mission to not only be in our lineup, but find a role for himself. And he's done a really good job on our penalty kill, face-offs. We've moved him to the wing. We can move him to the center. We can move him up. We can put him on the fourth line. He can kind of play all sorts of positions, and he's really bought into that.
You guys have played a lot of hockey in a short period of time here. Have you noticed a maturity of off-ice rest, recovery, things like that you were seeing, but it's just fine-tuned this year that's led to a good stretch here with a lot of hockey?
Yeah, I think obviously we have some older guys that we obviously added this summer, and that's something we talked about, the condensed schedule. We got to make sure we're, just because maybe I want to practice, it may not be the best thing for the team. So we're starting to understand, even morning skates, we got to skate and we got to get a few things done because just practice time is really limited.
And then with Michael Misa, do you obviously we knew it was lower body. Do you know what happened and any update you can give us there?
Yeah, it happened in morning skate, but we'll evaluate it when we get back to San Jose.
Does this win make you happy in the sense of it's a complete win, like every quadrant, PK, power play, goaltending, offense, just everything was working tonight?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if happy. Yeah, maybe I'm happy.
Anything to complain about tonight?
No, there's obviously things as a coach, you just keep pushing the team, and we want to get better in areas. But for sure, a penalty kill took a big step in the right direction. We scored on the power play. Special teams, you can win you hockey games. We saw that tonight. Our goaltending's been a lot better here recently. We're starting to find guys in roles. You know, when Meese goes down, we play 11-7, unexpected, but we just kept going. We just kept playing, and it is what it is. And I think the mindset of our team has really grown here lately, and that's been the biggest positive.
Thank you,
Thanks, Coach.